We've got 5 fantastic opportunities here this morning. They're all very different and they're all very well honed in their pitch to you. I don't think it's any more, but just hand directly over to our first one. First contestant.
Thank you. Morning everyone. Had a good few days. Stories of Paul over there, and he says it's all been going really well, lots of things going on. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Hello to some friendly faces and familiar faces, and hello to people I don't know. I'm just going to go straight into my presentation. So decibel. That's the name of the new project. Apologies. I've just got this new app, this Keynote app, so I'm doing my busy things today. So, my name is Ajay. I'm from Nutkhut. I'm the co-artistic director of Nutkhut. Nutkhut uses humour and popular culture to reflect a contemporary view of Britain. We work outdoors, and a key component of our work is to work with a range of creative opportunities. It gives us a chance to present high-quality work to audiences who may not otherwise engage with buildings or with institutions. It gives us the opportunity for participation and the direct, raw connection with people who watch our work or want to get involved with our work. And our tagline is Modern British Performance. Now, the project. Working title, Flower Power, is the company's new mid-scale touring show. It'll be ready for next summer, and it's being designed for parks, festivals and town squares. It's an installation and performance for public spaces. Now, this project contains the ingredients of what we do best. It's mischievous, it's educational, and it's magical. Or will be when we pay it. Now, imagine a gardener. She's on a quest to share her enthusiasm for all things gardening. She's experienced, she's warm, she's kind-natured. She enjoys the daily satisfaction of watering, pruning, and watching her flowers grow. Aww. She tenderly invites passers-by to share the love she has for all things flora and fauna. But things are not quite what they seem. The flowers are alive. Petals fall. Stems grow, they breathe smoke, they squirt water. The flowers are a little unruly, a little mischievous. Now, place the gardeners and the flowers into a high street. Introduce more gardeners, more flowers. Place them in a shopping centre, places where people naturally gather, where they wouldn't expect to find crazy, giant flowers. Place them in a festival or a park, and gradually, public spaces begin to transform and audiences are drawn in to the installation. They appear in towns and cities, in shopping centres, in high streets, in parks and in festivals, creating a stir and becoming an attraction in themselves. Now they go out to the people. They don't wait for people to come to them. They appear where people naturally gather. They love the outdoors, and they love people stumbling across them. Now, here's the Dragon's Den bit. We have a prototype. We've created one flower, which already exists. It's a year old. It's called the Lotus Flower Float, and it was created as part of Nutkhut's mannequin series, as part of our parade called Sari Sari Nights. It was commissioned by Arts Agenda for Derby Fest Day last September 2010. The piece has been presented in Trafalgar Square, and it was a centrepiece last autumn in Europe's largest Hindu festival, where over 30,000 people saw it over the course of a week. This lotus is 3 metres high by 2 metres wide. There are 16 steel metal petals attached to the base, and it's covered by stretch fabric. Light and music is powered by a 12-volt battery, and the music is pre-recorded playback. The lotus has been presented in the daytime and in the evening, and magically transforms public spaces. The plan. Now, we are keen to engage with co-commissioning partners for a single flower or a number of partners to cover all 3 flowers. Equally, we are keen to engage with touring circuits and programmers of events and festivals to present the show and, where possible, to support its development. The show will tour with 4 people, 3 of them are performers and one's a production manager. The show can work indoors or outdoors, at night or in the day, and all year round. The show will be created in spring 2012 and will be ready for touring in summer 2012. The show is being designed to be practical in terms of setup times and for touring. There will be a participatory element, as with all of our work, and a digital element, which is central to all of our Nutkhut projects, with a strong emphasis on people getting involved. Now, with the growth of interest in gardening, allotments, and self-sufficiency, we personally feel very passionately about the whole world of flora and fauna, and are passionate about this particular subject. And we're keen for this message to run through the entire project, offering opportunities both on the day and online. Now, to summarise, the plan is to make a minimum of 3 flowers, which will be tour ready for next summer. The outdoor sculptural pieces will have performance attached to them. They'll be animatronic, each tended to by an overzealous and indulgent gardener, who's responsible for the flower's well-being. And drawing on the unique British love affair and obsession with all things flora and fauna, and emblematic of the diversity of the UK, each flower will be chosen for its unique design, shape, and interesting historical connections. The gardeners, the performers, will be the interface between the sculptures and our audience, and will provide a comedic and humorous relationship between the two. Each sculptured float will be designed for portability, be internally lit for night display, and include a pier, allowing the piece to feature a soundscape. Each flower will feature an animatronic surprise, a flower whose head follows you around, squirts water, emits a smoky haze, or even opens and closes. A rose which blooms, an animatronic Venus flytrap, both indoors and outdoors. Flower Power is a unique project and will attract a unique set of partners. We're particularly keen to hear from partners who are creating or have an ambition to create high-quality outdoor work, who are keen to challenge audiences with new work, and who are willing to support a company who are committed to the sector. I think we're going to do questions now. That concludes my presentation. That's my email if you'd like to get in touch. And I urge you to come to our website, sign up to a newsletter, and we'll take any questions.
Thank you very much, Adrian.
Has anybody got any questions? I've got a couple that they would like me to ask him, but has anybody from the floor got something first?
I just wondered how people might interact. So we've got the performance today, comedic interaction performance. How might the public interact beyond seeing being squirted at and ways that link to practical gardening?
Yeah, at the moment we're talking about impressing upon the performers for each performer to be able to engage in what we would otherwise see in a traditional workshop, where people can become come along and plant a seedling or learn a little bit more about you know, the internal workings of a greenhouse, you know, the stuff that goes on. But we want to sort of diffuse that grey area. We don't want to differentiate a workshop between a performance. So we don't want barriers or fences to be around the sculptures. We want it to be quite free flowing. So, you know, a flower might be static and on somebody a bit like, you know, the gold man in Covent Garden, you know, but if you approach you with a penny, the person moves. A bit like that. Once we capture the imagination of that child or person, then we draw them into the world of what the gardeners do. And that's kind of the sense of how we want people to have more of a touchy-feely experience rather than just looking at it. I hope that answers your question.
So it's not a scripted performance. It hasn't got a beginning and an end.
I think no, but it definitely doesn't have a beginning and end. I think we're looking at working with actors who have strong improvisational skills, who are skilled in working with boards, and I think we need some sort of loose narrative that's attached to their world, but essentially it comes from them and their characters. There isn't a story attached as such with an acting ready, etc. But I think in the way in which we present it, we'll present it in two. At the moment, the thinking is in the way in which we presented past installations. We'll present it in two-hour slots in one day.
Any other question?
You mentioned in putting the flowers together that there was some history behind it and they were maybe quite significant. I just wondered how that might be conveyed to your audience.
Well, we started off thinking, wouldn't it be lovely to do a thistle, a daffodil, a rose, and it felt too conventional and an easy way in. I mean, essentially, you know, anything that we do in the outdoors needs to register quite quickly. So that was quite enticing to do that. I think we've slightly steered away from the sort of national flowers, but still not steering too far away from flowers that people generally recognize. Hence the Venus flytrap or a daisy. But I think that it's quite interesting. Since we've kind of been reading the project up, we've discovered there are lots of flowers which we think are, you know, flowers that are kind of British, English, and are not. You know, they've been imported from many parts of the empire. You know, now we kind of assume they're part of our natural landscape. So, not going for the obscure flower, but something in between.
AJ, you talked about conventional theatres and galleries getting involved in the commissioning of the project. How does that actually work?
Well, all of our work since we started has always been in partnership, or always been in partnership with a building or an existing festival. That's the way in which we make our work. We're keen, I think, to engage with buildings, theatres, galleries that may be interested in working outdoors, but we may not already be doing that. I mean, we're obviously keen to speak to anyone, but particularly people who run buildings or program and manage buildings, where they're keen to present an outdoor program or a satellite event. Because I think for us that's really fruitful and exciting ground, because you have the benefits of a building and the support that gives us. It also gives the building an opportunity to work beyond its four walls.
And is that building involved in the creative process at all?
Absolutely. I mean, in all of the projects that we've made, depending on the relationship that we have, there are some buildings that are just keen to support the work and allow us to continue. But I think we have been fruitful, to use a pun, relationships with, in the past, the best relationships that we've had are those those funders or co-commissioners that have been involved in the creative process. I think it produces the best work and it keeps the relationship alive.
Excellent. Anybody else like to ask Kate a question or two? Well, you all know where to go. Do his website, get your newsletter. Do that. Very much.